Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Sports. And France have officially named their 23 to face the Springboks. And just to add a bit of spice, Rassie Erasmus dropped what they expected the French team to be about 45 minutes before it was announced by Fabien Galthié. And did he not absolutely nail it? Even with the front row, for example, the experience being kept on the bench versus in the front, the type of split that they went with. And I tell you what, that's quite an alpha move, isn't it, for Rassie to literally go and name the side. 45 minutes to say there might be a few changes, but this is, whatever it's going to be a great clash. And then basically naming the exact 1 to 23. A couple of numbering issues that Rassie's team had, but in essence, it's the same side. Before we get into it, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, this is the side that has been named by Fabien Galthié, and some very interesting. And in fact, we can actually then put up the Rassie Erasmus version, which has all the stats we need. So in the front row, it's some pretty big opportunities for Baptiste Erasmus and Regis Montaigne. They are very, very new to the game, and they're going to be very much relying on the experience of Julien Marchand to carry them, because they've got a sum total of 4 caps between them, 2 each. So that, for me, especially the Boks have now predicted, that means that you wouldn't have any issue starting a bone fenter against that side. You wouldn't have any issue starting, to be honest, I don't think you'd have any issue starting a Zachary Paulson against that front row. I don't think we necessarily will, but they've anticipated it, and they've now got it correct. And now, for example, the Boks are only naming their side at 3 o'clock today. They've got 3-4 hours where they can actually look at this French side and then say, right, how do we actually want to potentially even tweak our side? Julien Marchand's obviously the big name in that front row, 45 caps to his name. Look, they literally, the Bok team actually had Regis Montaigne as listed as Regis Mountain. So that kind of shows you that the 130 kg title is not being underestimated by the Springboks at all. In the second row, Thibaut Flamir and Emmanuel Mierfu, the giant 145 kg lock, have been named, and again, also might be a little bit of a indication as to what the Springboks might look to name later. Then the back row is Anthony Gelange, Paul Boudinot, and Michael Julliard. Good player, Julliard in particular. I really enjoy watching him. It's a good back row. It's not, your Aldred, for example, Francois Kroos and the likes of that. It's not what we kind of used to when we look at that French back row, but Anthony Gelange is a world-class player, and I enjoy watching Julliard. I think he's a very, very exciting prospect. And then for me, obviously the two most exciting players that I like to watch, knowing that Nagaric and Romain Intermac as the half-pack pairing. I think Nagaric is world-class. I think he's currently a little bit we've seen, for example, people like Aaron Cruden in the past, and Tisha Perenaro, where they're phenomenal players, but they've got the curse of playing behind one of the best players in the world at the time, in the forms of, in their case, Dan Carter, Aaron Smith. This now, you've got Anton Dupont, and that's why Nagaric hasn't played as many games as I think he probably should have, but he is absolutely brilliant. The two danger men are out on the wing, and that is Louis Biabare and Damien Penaud. Phenomenal finishers, both of them. And Penaud was probably one of the best players in the world, and these days Biabare is taking that mantle, and he is the danger man in that French side. In the centre is Gaël Fickou at inside centre. He will captain the side, and he's got Pierre-Louis Barassi outside of him. So not massive amounts of experience. Between them, they've got 104 caps, but Gaël Fickou certainly doing the heavy lifting with 96 of those. Then if we look at the fullback, Thomas Ramos, there were rumours that he was potentially injured, but he has been declared fit and will start in the side. Off the bench, it is Guillaume Cremon, Jean Beeps, Gross, and Dorian Aldegheri. So the Boks have predicted that they've left the experience on the bench in the form of Aldegheri and Baptiste Gross, who've got 20 plus caps. They've then got Romain Talfa-Fanua, Hugo Araudu in the number 20 jersey, Oscar Jegu, and then you've got Maxime Luchu and Nicolas Deportera. So it's an interesting decision from the French to go with a very big 6-2 split. And that's, probably the big thing, in terms of, and to be fair, the Boks have predicted the 6-2 split. They predicted the bomb squad approach from France. It's not that surprising. I think that's probably one of the reasons I didn't lead with the concept. It's not that surprising. We kind of expected to see a 6-2 split from the French. The interesting part will be, do we call their bluff? Do we go with a 6-2 split ourselves? Do we try and outmatch them? I mean, you've now got the likes of an Oscar Jegu's 94 kgs, for example. Hugo Radi's over 100 kgs. Tofo Fanua's 135 kgs. There's big players on that bench, quite literally. And then the only two backline players, Maxime Luchu and Nicolas Deportere. So it is very much a 6-2 split designed to try and diffuse the Bok pack. However, there are aspects of this French side the Boks will be targeting, and that will be the two starting props. They've got very few caps in them. For example, you'll probably be looking at Rassie, who's only got 8 caps to his name, and you're going to potentially sort of try and target that. They'll also definitely be trying to target Guillaume Cremon off the bench at hooker, who's making his debut. Because, you know, when you get to the line out and you're now sort of throwing for the first time ever, there's a lot of nerves. And if you start to disrupt, the line out and you start to really get into his head, then that's, again, a place where you could potentially make a couple of inroads. But I want to show you basically exactly what Rassie Erasmus put on Twitter. And that is this side over here. And you can see exactly how he gets it right. So the front row gets it completely right. Second row gets it completely right. Back row gets it completely right. Halfback pairing gets it completely right. Center pairing gets it completely right. The two wings gets it right. Fullback gets it right. Then off the bench gets it completely right. The 6-2 down to the 6-2 split. Gets the numbering wrong. You know, obviously you should know in the 22, Deportere in the 23. But the Boks have literally anticipated the exact French side. And I think that is... It's quite funny. I think it's very amusing, to be perfectly honest. And I don't think... I'd be interested to see... I'm really hoping that the journalists realize that Rassie had done this and asked the question to Fabien Galthié. How do you feel about the fact? Because Galthié wouldn't probably have known. Maybe the French media team would have picked it up. But it was so close to the actual naming, I don't think he probably would have even realized that Rassie had predicted this side. And that he basically called it down to the dime, to be honest. And I really hope he gets asked the question as to, and whether that means that, are they predictable, for example? Is this showing the Springboks know exactly what's coming and they're prepared for it? Last two really sort of break apart. It's not the strongest French side you're ever going to see. You know, we don't have your Gregory Aldrich, your Anton Duponts. You know, there's no Antonio, for example. Those are the big names that we remember watching. So there are definitely aspects of the French side which have lost that scare factor to what you'll be seeing if it was the strongest French side they can put out. It's not a bad French side though, and I think the one thing that we saw against New Zealand is that France have got incredible depth. With the top 14 being so strong, they don't put out bad sides. So this is going to still be a very difficult side to beat. But the Boks do go into the side with confidence and as favorites. First of all, they know the team. They've been preparing for it. So obviously all the analysis has been done. They've been preparing for it. And there's also, I think on paper we're still a stronger side. But what are your thoughts? Score predictions. Get them onto the MyPicks app as well. Let me know down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.